Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video devlog for NIRAVASI. First of all, I'm really sorry about the delay on this episode. Life's just been really busy on my end, and I did want to spend a bit of time with my loved ones. Anyway, following the positive reception that all of you guys have given me, I've decided to make these devlogs a bi-monthly thing, so I'll be releasing more information about NIRAVASI in video format at the end of every single month, hopefully. In my previous devlog, I spoke about the game's Kickstarter campaign, the work I had done for Ishani Bazaar, some of the new gameplay mechanics introduced, and other quality of life changes. In this video, I'll be going over the work that I've done since then, as well as some new details regarding the game's 4th level, and an overhaul of the character designs in NIRAVASI. With that being said, let's get straight into the video. For last month's devlog, I explained that the work needed to be done for Ishani Bazaar was going to be big, but it was definitely going to be worth the wait. I can say with confidence now that the work that has been done is nothing short of incredible. When first entering Ishani Bazaar, you'll notice the heavy rain pouring down its streets. While I was initially hesitant about including rain in NIRAVASI for both visual and narrative reasons, I finally managed to get the rain looking really nice. But that's not all you'll find in the Ishani Bazaar. As you walk through its streets, you'll notice several shops and buildings that you can enter, each with their own self-contained stories. You may come across the story of a man trying to save his best friend, or discover the horrifying solution a restaurant has had to their food shortages. In Ishani Bazaar, I wanted to offer the players a vast collection of areas for them to explore, while still allowing players to easily find their way around the city and complete the objectives needed to enter the next level. But while Ishani Bazaar may have moments of pure silence and isolation, you'll still need to watch out for the occasional sentry that walks its streets. As I explained in the previous devlog, most of the enemies that you find here will trigger the Kali detection mechanic, so you'll need to quickly head back into a protection shelter to avoid Aeon's wrath. As of this moment, I have currently completed 4 streets of Ishani Bazaar, but still plan to include around 3 or 4 more. I want Ishani Bazaar and NIRAVASI as a whole to be an incredible set piece that you won't have seen in any other RPG Maker games, so I'm doing my best with carefully designing how you approach this area, so then that way it won't become frustrating for players. To do this, I've added visual elements like signs and advertisements to help players identify where they need to go, but please let me know if there are any additional features you'd like to see to better improve the clarity. But all good things must come to an end, and eventually you'll manage to find a way to get out of the bazaar with Clovis's help, which will then lead you towards the next level of the game, which I will talk about briefly here. After exploring around Ishani Bazaar for a bit, Clovis will tell you that the inner parts of the city are blocked off and that you'll need to find a special key to get inside. You then come to the conclusion that the most likely place you'll find a key like this will be a place called Lotalanda, the Great Library of NIRAVASI. In ages past, Lotalanda served as a national monument for the city, where its people could go to learn everything about their history. For an Antharian archaeologist such as Mura, a place like this is akin to taking a kid to a theme park, but Lotalanda, like any other place in NIRAVASI, is filled with great danger. After a brief chase sequence, Mura will eventually reach the entrance of Lotalanda, where they'll meet a brand new character in the form of Sara, the curator. Sara was a machine that was initially built to safeguard Lotalanda, which was then eventually repurposed to handle other administrative or secretarial tasks. You'll quickly find in Lotalanda that Aeon, Kali, and the rest of the proxies dare not enter this place, but don't let that little fact fool you into thinking you're safe. It turns out that the Sara unit was not correctly programmed to differentiate visitors from intruders, so something as simple as making a sound upstairs will cause the Sara unit to go berserk. The intention for this level is to create an atmosphere that is both fascinating and disturbing, the desire to explore the history of humanity while still tethered with the fear that any loud noises could alert the curator. While this level is still very much in concept stage, I'm excited to get the chance to further work on this level when the time comes. One of the most significant and biggest changes that I've added since the latest build is that Mura and all the other characters in NIRAVASI have completely overhauled facial and overworld sprites. While many players really love the designs of both Aeon, the proxies, and the environment in NIRAVASI as a whole, a lot of users felt that the facial sprites and the look of the characters in NIRAVASI just looked a bit off. While I was initially hoping that the style of the characters would tap into the uncanny and unnerve a bunch of players, it ultimately ended up not working very well at all, and most players felt like it distracted them from the tension they felt at the very start of the game. So, to follow this, I've ultimately asked a good friend of mine, Zamad Maverick, if he would be completely happy with working on these characters and giving them a fresh look. Right now, Mura and all of his crew members have had a completely new look for their sprites, and I'm happy to say I really love their new designs. But don't worry, because I'm not going to be changing Aeon, Kali, or the proxies' design. I really love their style, and a lot of people have said how scary they look, so I'm going to be keeping them. And that's it for this month's video devlog. I understand that this video is not nearly as long as the previous ones, but a big part of that is the fact that there's still a lot of work needed to be done for both Ishani Bazaar and NIRAVASI as a whole. I'll be continuing to post updates on the project on these websites, as well as update my social media sites that you can find in the description of the video. With that said, thank you all so very much for watching, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.